Hey, everybody, Off the Mic Sports Network here, another edition of Off the Top Rope. So, one thing I didn't say after AEW Dynamite, which I said admittedly was a great show, and you guys think maybe I want to shit all over this product. And there's things I don't like. There's still flaws, there's still issues, but I need to give somebody their flowers. And he became a champion again in AEW, and he has literally held, he's held the TNT title, he held the AEW World title, which I hope isn't forgotten right now. He's a trios champion. He won a Ring of Honor television World Television Championship. You, for those of you AEW diehards, you know who I'm talking about. Samoa Joe. I gotta tell you guys, man, this guy, even into his 40s, is the personification of cool. This, like, everybody talks about being cool, like, Carlito will say this in jest. Samoa Joe has been cool for about 20 to 25 years. And one of the great treats that I've been able to see with AEW, and I give Tony Khan a ton of credit for this, since Samoa Joe got to that company, I think it was 2022, around WrestleMania 38, he showed up at Supercard of Honor. And from the minute he showed up, he has been just a big time player in this company. And, for whatever reason, it just did not work out in WWE between injuries and, Vince McMahon's booking. Hard to believe that Samoa Joe only had one WrestleMania match in his entire career. He only had one WrestleMania match. And then the other one, he had as many matches as many WrestleManias on commentary as he did in the ring. WrestleMania 35, he had like a 10-second match with Rey Mysterio. And then 37, he's in a rain poncho looking like a badass and doing commentary for that, the first Mania outside of COVID. And so from the minute he got to AEW, he has just been the definition of cool. And it's literally been his entire career. He's just a badass. And what I would kill for to see Samoa Joe standing across the ring from Braun Breaker. I would kill to see that match, because those two guys are just bona fide badasses, and they would just beat the ever living piss out of each other. And so to see Samoa Joe be the one to, kind of put the first notch, or really the first big time defeat in the Death Riders, taking away those trios titles, it's appropriate. And, if they want to go with Samoa Joe versus Jon Moxley at Double or Nothing over Memorial Day weekend, and they don't go with Anarchy in the Arena, which I seriously hope they do, yes, it will be predictable, but Samoa Joe was one of the only guys in WWE that I can remember that legitimately gave you chills when he was standing across from Brock Lesnar. And that to this day, that is one of the biggest booking mistakes. I mean, Vince McMahon's made a lot of booking mistakes, but when it came to Samoa Joe, that was the one at Great Balls of Fire. You guys remember that show where, ridiculously named Great Balls of Fire. Samoa Joe has like a 6-7 minute match with Brock Lesnar and doesn't win. And you saw in that feud how cool he was. And then he's literally thrown in at the last minute to be the replacement guy to take the title off of MJF. And he turned it into a damn good 4-month reign. Like, that was supposed to be Adam Cole. Adam Cole was supposed to do that, but he hurt himself. So Samoa Joe gets the win, and he turns in a great, it's just, the guy is the definition of professional. We've heard the stories about how he conducted himself during that whole sequence of events at Brawl In with CM Punk. And, he's just so respected in that locker room. He is so respected within, the IWC. He's so respected, just amongst wrestling fans, and just like, when it's all said and done, you could put this guy in just about any Hall of Fame you want to. And it just sucks that, the opportunity to really do something special with him in WWE is kind of passed. Like, he won the NXT title a couple of times, and he was a United States champion at one point, but he didn't really do a whole hell of a lot. And it sucked that, his era kind of passed through WWE, and Triple H didn't have a chance to really, flex his creative muscles on the main roster like he is now. Like, he's that type of guy I look at. Man, he would be, even at his advantage, even if he is, considered at his advanced age. He's like in his early 40s. Like, look at LA Knight. Look at Damian Priest. Like, those guys are around the same age as Samoa Joe. And, it's been a great treat to watch him just be, the Samoan submission machine, the badass. I've been watching this guy since he was in TNA. And the minute I saw this guy for the first time just choke somebody out, I was like, holy crap, that guy's fucking cool. So um I'm just thrilled. Like, the Ops is a good faction. They got to figure out what they're doing with Hook. We'll see where this goes for him. Um, I'll tell you this, like, even if it's predictable, which sucks because, like I said, Swerve Strickland should be the champion right now, but Samoa Joe taking on John Moxley will be some good business. It sucks that, like I said, there's going to be no real intrigue there because we know John Moxley's going all in. We know he's going all in. Come on. But again, this guy has accomplished in like 3 years in AEW. He's been a trios champion. He's been a TNT champion. He's been a Ring of Honor television champion. And he's been the AEW world champion. What, international championship? It's unbelievable what he's been able to do. And the biggest thrill of last night was to see him get that decisive move and hear that crowd roar for him, because that guy deserves everything. That guy deserves everything in this business. He has done so much for it. And, just awesome to see him do really well. So again, for all you people saying that I just shit all over AEW, I'm giving flowers to one of my favorite personal favorite wrestlers of all time, who has really gotten a chance to shine in AEW and has gotten, and that's the thing, when given the opportunity and he doesn't get bored, Tony Khan can sink his teeth into somewhat of a legend in this business. You get something like that with Samoa Joe. And this has been really nice to see, the whole interactions between him and Hook and Shibata. And, obviously it's unfortunate that Hook wasn't a part of this, but, Hobbs comes in and I've been really impressed with Hobbs. But yeah, this was great. So, Samoa Joe, flowers to you, my friend. You're awesome, and keep being a badass, my friend. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.